I've been uploading self-improvement videos for years, even though I've taken most of them down because they're so bad. But this one single video contains the most important lesson that I have ever learned. This isn't a facade to try and get views or keep you watching. If you don't like the information in this video, dislike or hate comment or something, I don't care. I just want to share this information. Please watch the entire video. I understand you have big goals, we all do here, and you probably struggle with locking into a goal and staying consistent for a long period of time. It's really hard to always put the work in. Motivation comes in waves, meaning we all lose it at some point, and whenever we experience failure, the self-doubt it produces can be unrelenting. I've literally put weeks into videos before just for them to get 7 views, with 6 of them being me refreshing the page trying to figure out why the view count isn't updating. But recently, life has just clicked for me. I went from a miserable cloud of self-doubt to literally the happiest and most confident I have ever been. Since understanding the information I'm going to share in this video, I haven't missed a single task on my schedule. I've been completely consistent. I'd like to say there aren't any tricks to success, but it seriously feels like I found one. Literally every single successful person I have researched uses what I'm about to explain, whether they know it or not. It is a completely fundamental skill to acquire in order to succeed in any pursuit. Please watch this video. I don't care if you like or sub or anything, just listen to what I have to say. So what is this incredible skill? Well, first of all, you need to understand that you can only ever achieve a goal by taking action towards that goal. And what causes you to take action is your mind. Success is a mental game. Yes, obviously, if you want to get jacked, you have to put your body through the training, but it is your mind that decides whether you do that or not. Your body follows your mind. Everything follows your mind. Every single action you have ever taken in your life has been a direct result of the thought process in your mind. If you master your mind, you master yourself, and you can succeed at literally anything you set your mind to. This is why I'm so passionate about creating these videos in the first place. If you master your mind, you master your life. But people just don't understand how to master their mind, and it is so simple. We are never taught this information. Now, generally in self-improvement, there are 5 core aspects to your mind. The first being your beliefs. This is a concept I didn't really understand until recently, where I watched a video by Charlie Morgan, an extremely rich and successful man, on the concept.
Literally your entire life is just the consequence of what you believe your life to be. It really is the case that it doesn't matter what is true, only what you believe is true, because with work that will become true.
Basically, you can't do anything if you don't believe you can. Sounds really simple, but do you actually understand this? The self-belief that you can achieve a goal is a prerequisite to achieving that goal. It is absolutely required. Think about this. It makes sense. Why do you think so many people start YouTube, music, or the gym and are never successful with their results? It's because they start with the belief in themselves, but they don't know how to maintain it, and over time, after consistent, inevitable failures, their belief system is destroyed and self-doubt overtakes their mind. This always happens because failures are absolutely required in order to achieve anything. So people who don't understand how to keep a strong belief system always give up. I literally can't even stress this enough. Please listen to the words I'm saying here. It changed my life. Jesse James West, an extremely successful content creator, rich, young, jacked, and completely natural, said that success is 75% self-belief. And Viktor E. Frankl, in his groundbreaking book Man's Search for Meaning, where he described his experience surviving concentration camps, said, "The prisoner who had lost faith in his future was doomed." Self-belief is a prerequisite to success, and the key to manually changing your belief systems to whatever you want lies in the second core aspect of your mind, your dominating thoughts. The Buddha once said, "What you think is what you become," and he was spitting straight bars with this one. Essentially, your subconscious belief systems are things that you can't directly control. You can't just say, "Oh, I'll believe in myself today." But the trick here is that your subconscious beliefs are altered through the dominating thoughts in your mind over a long period of time. This is a principle called autosuggestion. If you're constantly thinking, "I'm a fat failure," then guess what you'll become? Charlie Morgan emphasized this principle, but I didn't fully grasp its true importance until I read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He described autosuggestion as a law of nature that no one has yet been able to explain. It has baffled scientists of all ages. Therefore, if you can control your mind's dominant thoughts, you can alter your belief systems. Although it can be a slow process, it is completely possible. I've literally done it myself. Here are a couple of extracts from Napoleon Hill's self-confidence formula. I realized the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves themselves into physical reality. And I know through the principle of autosuggestion that any desire I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object. So not only can we use autosuggestion to manually alter our belief systems, but Napoleon Hill goes as far as saying that any dominating thoughts we hold in our mind will eventually make their way into reality. But for all the good that autosuggestion can create, if used destructively, on the other hand, it will destroy just as readily. The subconscious mind makes no distinction between constructive and destructive thought impulses. It works with the material we feed it through our thoughts. This makes so much sense. Have you ever met an overweight person who is adamant that their metabolism is the reason they can't lose the fat? Or a skinny person with the same belief stopping them from gaining muscle? I think it's pretty obvious what dominating thoughts are in their minds. But how do you control your dominating thoughts? Well, this is where the third core mind aspect comes into play: mindfulness. I'm sure you already know, but mindfulness is essentially the practice of being aware of your thoughts, elevating yourself to a higher consciousness. You're not the being that thinks your thoughts, you're the one that observes them. And when you are mindful, you can directly control what you think about. Try it right now. You can think of anything you want. So when you're mindful, you can directly control the dominating thoughts in your mind. And the higher we train our mindfulness skill, the more we can control these thoughts. So how do you train your mindfulness? Meditation. This is why so many successful people are obsessed with meditation, because boosting your mindfulness is so ridiculously good for gaining control over your mind. But meditation isn't the only way to train your mindfulness. Literally every single time you remember to be mindful, you get better at it. So just try and be as mindful as possible every day and you'll get significantly better at it over time. But doing this as well as regular meditation is the fast track to improving the skill. One thing I'd like to address is that not every successful person meditates, but this is because their intrinsic belief systems are already so strong that they don't need to alter their dominating thoughts. For example, Kanye West had his belief systems wired into him as a child.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything, but I don't expect to be. I think that there's people who are wired by their parents to understand what I'm saying.
Sure.
And there's people who are wired by their parents to reject what I'm saying.
Is there any limit to your ambition?
No.
Or any limit to what you think you can achieve?
No. Well, no. My mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're going to do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up in the way that they control people with low self-esteem.
And he's another advocate for the principle of complete self-belief leading to major success. I hope you can hear the excitement in my voice as I'm explaining this. Life just clicked for me when I fully understood all of this. If you have a goal, a dream, something you truly desire, and you have a consistent self-belief that you will genuinely achieve that goal, your work ethic goes through the roof. It only starts to dwindle from self-doubt or burnout. You change your belief systems through absolutely bombarding your subconscious mind with intentional positive thought backed with emotion so that it can't do anything but change its fundamental belief systems. That's another key point, by the way. The more emotions you have in your thoughts, the stronger they are. For me, the emotion tends to come from any images I relate to the thought. For example, when thinking about your dream or your goal, really picture yourself living it. You can also tie gratitude into this process. This isn't for your belief systems as such, but more for your general happiness. The more grateful you are of the blessings in your life, the happier you will be. And improving yourself and your life is a process that you should enjoy doing. So whenever you are mindful, remember to also fill your mind with gratitude. The best part of this process is that over time, as your subconscious adapts to what you're feeding it, it will naturally begin to produce the same positive thoughts as you are forcing yourself to think. You will become a naturally confident and grateful person. The fourth core aspect to your mind is your focus. It is a superhuman ability to control what you give your focus to, a skill that all great entrepreneurs have developed greatly. This is actually a principle I learned from reading Dan Koh's book, The Art of Focus, and I think it's summed up well by this this quote from a little book called Siddhartha, for he does not allow anything to enter his mind which opposes his goal. Imagine you had the control to only give your attention to the thing you were trying to work on. Your productivity and efficiency would go through the roof. You cultivate the skill of focus again through mindfulness. You become mindful that you are needing to focus on something, and you force your mind to focus on the thing in question. Every time you do this, you develop your focus skill. It really is that simple. And the last core aspect to your mind is your discipline. In a very similar fashion to focus, it comes back to mindfulness. You have to force your mind to be disciplined. Every single time you force yourself to complete a workout or just do the work, you literally get better at discipline. You can also alter your belief systems to truly see yourself as a disciplined person. This is something I personally did, and I've never been as disciplined in my life as I am right now. I hope you can see how everything comes back to mindfulness. This is why it's such a ridiculously important concept to self-improvement, but I never fully understood it before. And that's everything I have to share. I want to make the best content I possibly can for you. Please tell me what to improve. I've also made a quick survey that you could really help me by filling in. Again, I want to understand my audience the best I possibly can, because I want to make the best videos for you, and the survey only takes a minute. The link's in the description, and thank you so much for watching.